Screen in the back. So. Okay, call this meeting to order. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, we have the minutes from our previous meeting of 3 weeks ago on June 15th. We went to public hearing for Lake Ellis Country Inn. And we continued public hearing until tonight. And we extended the deadline, the 24th at noon. And then old business, 207 Dual Hollow Road, channel stabilization, resolution to classify the action and declare intent to serve as lead agency in a coordinated review for the dual Hamel site plan approval and erosion sediment control permit. And that was approved. And then we set a public hearing for our next meeting on the 20th. And that was approved. And then we adjourned. Okay, motion to accept the minutes made by Member Villano.
Second.
Member Palmer, discussion. Seeing no discussion, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed say no. Okay, that motion passes 5-0 with one absence. Okay. Okay, so we have a continuation of the public hearing for Lake Ellis Country Inn. Let's have the applicant or consultant come up first before we continue the public hearing. Discuss a few things and then.
Right?
Good.
Give the spiel. All right. Good to see you all, everyone. Wow, it's loud today. So tonight, I'm here representing the applicant for the Lake Ellis Country Inn and Conference Center. It's essentially an adaptive reuse of an existing residential site where 2 of the existing structures will be converted into lodging units. Lodging units total 18 with 12 in the main house and then 6 in the annex. Since then, we haven't really had any other major improvements. We did recently provide a submission. It was a little on the late side of being today, but it was more clerical items. You know, it's a little late, but it is more clerical items because it was more to update the board on our fire department meeting, which we were able to schedule last week, where the fire department essentially said that they are good with how the site is currently laid out and take no exceptions. We also provided some brief alterations to our event gathering notes, as well as the revised long EAF form, which is, again, nothing changed on it. It's just to really dot the I's and cross the T's because there's a new EAF form that was recently released. So I just wanted to provide the updated form for that. And it's also to touch base on this highway superintendent letter, where essentially Highway Superintendent Satori said there are no issues with either the existing driveway or the approach road to get to the site. So with that, I think we've pretty much touched base on all of the outstanding items that the board had, but I'm happy to answer any additional questions that the board may have. So.
Okay, so the highway superintendent sent a memo. Included that meets all standards and expected quality, meaning no work is currently needed on the roadway. This memo was received not quite 5 hours ago. Interesting way you put it. Okay. And then this was received not quite 5 hours ago. And then this over here. And this was received Oh, this morning. Wow. And then this was received this afternoon. Okay. The deadline was extended to June 24th, was it? Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's correct. Just to touch base at it, we did have to wait for the fire department meeting to get scheduled to meet out there with the crews. Otherwise, we wouldn't really have any substantial updates for the board.
Mm-hmm.
Did the fire department send a letter of agreement?
They sent an email, I believe Marilyn may have received it, where Brian Kelly had signed off on our memo and had no further comment. And that occurred, I believe, this morning.
Rich Rainey has sent it to me this morning,
Oh, it came from Rich?
and that Brian Kelly sent it.
Yeah, I have an email this morning from fire company president. Okay, so that's one of the ones you see here. All right. Okay, I don't have any further comments or questions at this time. Any members of the planning board have any comments, questions? Engineer Berger, anything? Okay. Planner Werner.
No, I think still need to look at the submission from today. I didn't get a chance to read through all of it.
Sure.
So, but if they have fire department approval, or acceptance of their responses, that's
Yeah.
good. The EAF part 1 was updated. I'm sure that's fine. Yeah, we don't have any resolutions for tonight because of the public
This stuff
hearing
all
being
came in
continued.
today.
Yep.
Sure.
So.
Thank you. Attorney Polidoro.
I know the board hasn't had a chance to look at the new submission, but we should walk through the restrictions that they're proposing to place on the map, because you may want further revision.
All right, would that be in?
It's a separate document.
Yeah, sorry.
It's like
Different
event
document.
notes.
The restrictions are in this one-page sheet that was submitted. So these are what we are proposing to amend. These map notes. Oh, it's upside down.
It's a separate document.
Right, this is from the fire company, okay.
It's
Right.
the file labeled event notes, I think.
This is, come on. Just open it again.
They're in the other document.
Right.
If you go into the file,
This is why we can't get stuff the day of the meeting.
Understood. Yep, I just wanted to be able to give something to the board.
that's it. There you go.
There it
Okay.
is.
Okay,
So the board had previously asked for the applicant to put together a series of notes that could assist with enforcement, some kind of numerical limitation on, how many events, the size of the events, and outdoor tents. And so this is what they came up with.
right.
And the question is whether it is adequate for your purposes. So for instance, the tents are to be sized to contain the expected number of guests. It's not a hard and fast limit, but maybe that
Right.
is sufficient. There's not a hard limit on 200 people. It says that it's the typical capacity. It also proposes.
Number of
no more-
outdoor events gathering in a calendar year will not exceed 52, so one a week.
But it's not spread out
Right, it could
by
be
month. So
two
it could be.
this week.
It could be all of June and July.
Sure.
And so, is this what you had in mind when you asked for the numerical limitation, or were you looking for something else?
Does anybody remember what just in terms of looking for some similarities here, I mean, Harlem Valley Homestead has, they wanted to have events on a town dirt road,
I think it was 18 a year.
18 a year.
Yeah,
Mhm.
but 200 guests maximum.
Right.
Double check that.
And they also had the benefit of, I mean, this also has, housing, some housing on the property, transitory housing on the property. I don't remember how much Harlem Valley Homestead, what their capacity was.
Well, they have units as well.
42, yeah, in the 40s number of units.
For what?
It was about 40 something units.
40-something units.
42
So
guest units.
could be-
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4.
People per unit.
Mm-hmm.
This is, how many is it between the main house and the?
18 lodging units.
Right. Okay. So less units, more events is what's being proposed than Harlem Valley Homestead as just something that's comparable. Okay, so anything further, Attorney Polidoro?
No, just if the board had feedback, now would be a good time to give it, so we could give
Right.
revisions.
I don't know. To me, it seems like, I mean, just in comparison, just seems like too many events, but.
Yeah, I'm looking at the guests, the plus or minus is concerning.
Well, and what we can do is we could put a hard cap on the 200 person. That's not a problem. And then the 52 is referring to days. So this could be a Saturday, Sunday sort of thing rather than a weekend. So,
Which
and
is
again, we're flexible on that as well. Again, just to reiterate for the board and the public's perspective, this is not the intent of the property. It's not an event property.
Right.
But we wanted to leave some opportunity if there is a good event that could be held. So
Right, so it doesn't say days, it says number of outdoor events and gatherings in a calendar year will not exceed 52. So it doesn't say days, it says events. and
52, yeah.
And gatherings, but, right, you said it says days, it doesn't say days, it says number of outdoor events and gatherings.
we could add days.
No, that could be worse, potentially. I mean, days could be, I don't know.
Oh, you could have a weekend-long event.
Right, or you could have 2 events in one day. So, okay. Any members of the planning board have any further comments or questions at this time? Okay.
I have one thing, and I think we may have touched on this. Have you done any traffic survey as to when your events take place?
It's so not part of the programming for the site that it's not. What I'm assuming is that it would be a typical weekend sort of thing. And again, this is what I would assume it's associated like with a wedding, right? If we have a rehearsal, the family stays there Friday, Saturday, Sunday. They have a rehearsal dinner Friday. Maybe they have an outdoor event Saturday. People come, they leave. So again, it's just a typical what you would imagine for an event like that. But again, it's not the intention of the site to be an event space, just to offer the opportunity because it's permitted as part of the country and a conference center. So,
Right. So, I mean, my thinking is then there was a lot of efforts that went into the Harlem Valley Homestead application for them to have 18 events a year. There was traffic studies as part of it. There was, I don't know, Planner Werner, can you just maybe enumerate some of the things that were?
Traffic and
I don't
noise were 2 big items that we
Right.
looked at for that. They did some noise modeling for where they would have events take
Mhm.
place, to make sure that it would comply with code requirements from the
Right.
town. Like simulating, an event with music and things like that.
Just remind everyone the secret determination that we had for Harlem Valley Homestead in terms of it being, it was
It was a negative.
there was negative declaration, but there was a lot of discussion about
Yeah.
it maybe not being a negative declaration, right?
There was.
And it was challenged.
Yes.
Yes. it was.
So, okay, I'm not in favor of entertaining this any further this evening. We have to continue this public hearing or close it. So, anything further? Okay, thank you. Motion to continue the public hearing for Lake Ellis Country Inn. Motion made by Member Villano, seconded by
Member Williams.
Member Williams. Discussion. Not discussion, just, I'm sorry, any members of the public wishing to speak at this public hearing, please come to the podium at this time. I don't know if anybody signed up.
There's no one signed up. Yeah.
Yeah, is there anybody on there?
No.
Then just give
I
it
didn't
to
sign up, John. I'll just put this to rest because, as you know, I already have 2 event places in
Yeah.
town that have bathrooms, kitchen facilities right now, so we don't plan on any events there.
Right.
So pick a number you're comfortable with, I'm good with it. I mean,
And-
it really doesn't matter.
Yeah, and again, I think as I expressed in 1 or 2 previous meetings, and I think other members, maybe as consultants did, we know you're not looking to do this, but you could sell this to someone, and then they just do event, and then that just jams up that road every weekend.
Totally understood.
Right. So we're just looking for some kind of what makes sense. Like, never having an event there, I think, doesn't make sense to me. I mean, it's a big property. Makes sense that on occasion you might have some big event there. Not 52 times a year. Like, I just don't see that. Like, it just we went through it was a big process, and in the end it was 18, right? That was what it was. 18 events a year for Harlem Valley Homestead. And like, you know, if it wasn't 18 events a year, it was more than that. It probably would have been like the whole big deal with Secra. So,
We need guide rails.
Yeah.
So that one day when the property changes hands,
Yeah.
it doesn't become something that's not intended.
right.
I'm good with
And we're all not going to live forever.
Good
You,
with
you sell it,
whatever
you
counts.
pass it on to somebody else. I mean, something like it just, you know, we have to just protect the town and everybody else around it. So,
But I mean, without any facilities to manage, that's a lot of events to have.
Right.
Without any facilities.
yeah. So we need, again, how it usually works is you propose 52. I'm not comfortable voting for that. I haven't heard anybody else say that they are. So, I don't, you know,
Well,
propose something else or,
just because at this point there's really nothing we can provide other than this note, is the board comfortable with 36 event days? Saturday, Sunday, 18 weekends a week?
so hear what I'm saying. There's a big process for a similar type of thing that it could be, you know, large events, large being 200 people. It ended up being 18 events, and that was like after. I mean, the traffic study was also in part because of it's it's coming off Route 55, and there was other factors. Everything's, you know, there's similarities. It's not the same thing. They have more lodging units. They can handle more people, you know, getting to the property at all different times and then going to the event and then leaving at all different times. You have some lodging units, but, you know, if there's 200 people, there's less staying there. Therefore, there's more driving in and out during the start and end of the event. Not trying to make. I think we're not
you
trying
don't
to
want
make
this
it
a
into
homestead
something
issue.
bigger. Just want something that makes sense. 52 does not make sense. I don't think 36 makes sense. I think we got to come up with 18 or south of 18 because it was 18 for Harlem Valley Homestead. So, you know, in some, you know, it's not really precedent, but there kind of is precedent. Like,
Was the Harlem Valley, was that an 18 events total where it's 18 weekends? Or is it 18 event days? Like, we're here to try to put a specific number on how many times the board feels comfortable authorizing an event. And whatever you guys pick, we'll put it on this plan.
But it's
'Cause we
not,
just
the
wanna-
planning board can't pick, right? We can't design the project for you. You
Right,
heard
that's
that
why I
they-
pitched the
you
number.
heard that they're
Right.
uncomfortable with that number, and plus you need to make some other revisions. So I think you should think about a number that would make more sense based on what you heard tonight.
Understood. I would like the board's feedback on what their number is that they're comfortable with.
okay. we,
They can't choose the number for you.
Just to touch on traffic briefly, because we did look at that. We asked them for some trip generation summaries, which we summarized in the memo, the last full memo that we had, which was back in May. So they did a trip generation study for a 200-person event. It was projected to have less than 100 cars in a peak hour, just for one event. So it's based on scenario-based trip generation, using like the ITE standard, the Institution for Transportation Engineers standard rates for events, lodging facilities, among other things. So for a single event, it wouldn't trip the number of peak hour trips that requires a detailed traffic study. But they didn't look at it over a number of events per year. They took what would happen on one event night,
Right.
one event day. So
Yeah.
that's what we had them look at. And we kind of left it up to them to tell us how many days they're going to have this. That's where we left it off, on traffic. But on Harlem Valley Homestead, it was also not just having events, but I think there's 40-something units year-round occupancy, right? They had some units that had fireplaces in them that were going to be used year-round, I think. So
Potentially,
it was a combination of just overall lodging, people staying for vacations, plus having events.
Right,
So-
and they had lodging that was not necessarily tied to events. You have lodging that's not necessarily
Right.
tied to an event. Like,
Mhm.
But I also believe Harlem Valley Homestead, they had workshops, an active farm site, right? There was a lot more going into the Harlem Valley Homestead site than there is even remotely intended for
they
this
have
site.
programming that is not necessarily weddings and overnight
Yes.
stays, just day events and things like that, which are
Right.
different. But similar situation, single road going in, a
Right.
one lane travel way most of the way, so it's similar.
yeah, again, I'm not saying it's the same thing. I'm saying there's sufficient similarities that we have to take into account that, if they were at 18, it's got to be something similar. So, I'm not the only person on this planning board. Someone else say something.
So basically.
Also, don't try to count to 4. That didn't work out sometimes. Member Williams.
I mean, so basically, for 18 events, we made Harlem Valley jump through hoops. And you're proposing 52, and we're supposed to just say, that's good.
We're more than happy. Again, events is not the intention for this site. We just want feedback from the board on what you guys would like to see, so we can get this note finalized and make the board comfortable for a decision. So whatever the board feels comfortable with, we propose 52 days as a base number, because that's about a quarter of the weekends. No, that's not. But 52 days is our base number. Willing to go down to 36 if that's homestead, which is less. We're willing to go down less. We just want feedback from the board, what you guys are comfortable with.
But I think still, we have to figure out how we come to that number. And it's not going to be just pick a number out of a hat. It's got to be some type of, research or something done to it to get to that number that's going to work. So that's not something we're going to decide tonight or,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
Member Collins? Thoughts?
Yeah, I think 52 in this location with the access would be a little excessive for the other traffic. But other than that, I would say it's a great site for some activity. But they need to come up with a number that's more reasonable and not challenge the neighbors' privacy and the road issues, the potential road issues.
Right.
So,
Yeah, and again, I don't think anybody's brought up like any limitation on 50-person events or, something that's, that the facility could, in and of itself, take care of. And yeah, I could certainly see, it looks like it'd be a great place to have a 200-person event. just not 52 times, and, you know, I don't,
Right, you could draw a distinction between large events and small events.
right. Member Little Overdeer, thoughts, comments, questions?
Well, I guess, just define what this event is. It may be something exactly the same, or it might be something different.
Okay.
If you're gonna make a one-to-one relationship with Harlem Valley Homestead, then you would have to look at the type of events that they were planning to have. and
Yeah, we are not
ask
trying to
whether
be-
This was gonna be the same thing. If it's not the same thing, then define what the event is. You mentioned like a two-day event. That would be not two events, right? But you said-
This is considering like a wedding, where you might have some people that come for a reception and then the ceremony. You know,
Okay.
again, this is not a Harlem Valley Homestead project.
Yeah,
This is a more private retreat area.
That may at times have 200-person events, and we're trying to find a reasonable, rational number.
200
So
plus.
just from what I'm hearing from the board, this 18 event threshold, that's the hot button. So we should be below that as we're pitching our
Remember-
revision notes.
Attorney Polidoro, just
I
hold
think
on.
you should take the
Attorney-
comments you heard.
Attorney Polidoro, just 1 second.
Oh, yeah.
Member Little Overdeer, anything further?
No, I mean, it's just if the events are gonna be weddings or similar, then that's what we should be focused on.
Member Villano?
No comments now.
Okay, thank you. Attorney Polidoro.
I was just gonna respond. I think you should take the comments you've heard, tighten up the notes, and then provide justification for why you think you've arrived at an appropriate number. And, like you heard earlier, maybe you define an event as something larger than 50 people, because tea parties are not the issue. It's the large outdoor events.
Understood.
Yeah, whether it's 18, 13, 12, just some kind of, rationale.
Yeah,
that the
more
planning-
spelled out.
That the planning board can say, that makes sense, given this property, given the road it's on, given everything.
Okay.
And the seasonal nature, I mean, it's unlikely you're gonna have outdoor events between, the end of October and May. So all of that has to be constrained into a few-month period.
You never know. Someone might want to do a little ice fishing event out on. I would.
We hate to cap you, but this plus minus thing is, it's just too vague.
Yeah. No, we completely understand. I just
Could be
trying to get a
1,000
sense.
people.
So 200 people out on the ice?
I've seen it.
All right, so maybe we want to talk to the fire company again.
Could be 1,000.
And look, like I said before, I'll just reiterate it here. We know that your client's not proposing this. We're just looking out for what comes next.
The future.
5 years from now, 20 years from now, whatever it is. Yeah. Okay. This is still a public hearing. So no members of the public have come forward. Do we want to continue, close this public hearing, leave it open for written comment? I mean, it would only make sense if people, I guess, knew about what's being discussed.
Well, are there any public comments?
Yeah, this is the second time.
Yeah, and it's look. The only reason I kind of want to just take a beat on this for a second is that what was proposed is something maybe no one from the public thought of, and then if they hear, it's going to be 18 events or 36 or whatever number, they might be like, hey, I want to say something about that, and then this ends their opportunity.
There's no downside to continuing the hearing, because if we have a resolution prepared, you can close the hearing and still consider the application the same night.
Right. True, we've done that. So if you line everything up and then, everything's submitted on time. I mean, this has all been submitted now. The deadline for our meeting 2 weeks from now is already passed.
Well, at this point, it sounds like the only thing we need to provide is a refinement of this note. which we can work on this week very easily. We're not waiting for a fire department meeting. So this is something we can turn around within the week, revise the note, give you the draft language for it, discuss at the next meeting, and get this buttoned up.
Okay.
Per the board's pleasure.
Given when Secretary Van Millen is here, all right, I'll make a motion to extend the deadline to Monday, July 13th at noon. Motion to extend the deadline made by me, seconded by
Second.
Member Palmer. Discussion? Seeing no discussion, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed say no. Okay, the motion passes 5-0 with one absence. Motion to continue the public hearing, made by me, seconded by
Second.
Member Palmer. Discussion? Seeing no discussion, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed say no. Okay, then
That's to
motion
July 20th.
to the 20th, I'm sorry, yes, to our next meeting at 7 PM, as soon thereafter, yes. All in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed say no. That motion passes 5-0 with one absence. Okay, anything further, Lake Ellis Country Inn? Okay, so have a resolution prepared. We'll see. We'll see what's proposed within the next, not quite week.
Perfect.
Noon on Monday is noon on Monday.
Yes,
Okay, thank
understood.
you.
1,200 hours.
I got it. Even faster than that, before the end of this week.
That'd be great.
It
Thank
would
you.
be, it's gonna happen.
Secretary Memon, we'll see it Monday morning.
Not here
At
Thursday and
11:59.
Friday, so-
That's why I said, I was originally going to go with Friday. I'm like, well, might as well give them the Monday since you're not going to be here on Friday.
We review the agenda on Wednesday, so
This Wednesday?
if you can get it.
We typically
early.
review the upcoming agenda, it'd
Yeah.
be the 8th, so.
No, we'll discuss all your comments with the applicant, Rich, when he gets back in the office, and we'll get something typed up tomorrow and submit it on Wednesday.
Okay,
All right?
thank you.
Perfect. Thank you very much, everyone.
Okay.
you.
Public hearing's over. Okay, real quick, just need a motion to amend the agenda to include under new business, response to requests that the above-named agency serve as lead agency regarding the above action, which is the Dover Town Board, for the proposed local law establishing a townwide moratorium on energy and data storage and related facilities. Okay, so I'll make a motion to amend the agenda, seconded by
Second.
Palmer. Discussion on amending the agenda. Seeing no discussion, all in favor of amending agenda say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed say no. Okay, that passes. Okay, so now, next on the agenda, the Dover Town Board has a proposed local law establishing a town-wide moratorium on energy and data storage and related facilities. And it's a response to requests that the above-named agency serve as lead agency regarding the above action. So, just real quick, local law number 1 of the year 2026, imposing a temporary townwide moratorium on the approval, construction, and installation of energy and data storage and related facilities for a period of 180 days. Okay, so they're just, the town board's asking the planning board and any other potentially involved agency if we consent to them being lead agency. I believe we should consent. Is there any discussion? Okay. So motion to authorize the planning board chair to sign this response to request that the above named agency serve as lead agency regarding the above action, and that we consent to the town board being lead agency for their proposed moratorium. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Member Palmer. Discussion? Seeing no discussion, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed say no. Okay, that motion passes. I'm signing this, that we consent. Please give that to Secretary Van Millen. Okay, next under new business is Parmalee Road lot line change. All right. Come to the.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon, or good evening. All right. So this is a. Just bring up the other. Okay. Okay. Good evening. Why don't you tell us about your project?
Well, story. Bought this property, I think 2017. Then in 2022, I sold it to my brother. But before that, we put a garage going off the state line. And 2 years after that, I had my neighbor come up to me and say, well, you know, you built on my lot. I'm like, what do you mean? Like, no, I didn't. So then he showed me the map, and I looked at the map, like, wow, that's different. So then I called the state. I'm like, that wasn't like that before. And then they said that there was something wrong with the lines, and they had to adjust everything. So the garage ended up being in my neighbor's property. So then I talked to my neighbor, and he actually was willing to sell me that part of that property. And this is where we are right now.
Okay. So just so we're clear, this is the property here?
Yes.
Okay.
But as you see it, the way it was, that's the way it used to be before.
So what you're looking to do is remove this line
Yep.
and create this line?
Yes, correct.
Okay, because this was built.
Yep.
Okay. All right, and you went, so thank you. That's what I was looking for. Okay, so again, this property, this is not much
Yeah.
better. So again, that's the property, you built this structure.
Yes.
And we, when we had our like pre-agenda meeting, you went through the building department.
Yes, I went through everything. I went through the whole process. I got
right.
the CO and everything.
Mhm. Okay.
But unfortunately, they looked at the same map I did.
Mhm.
And I did put a picture of that map too all there.
Right.
That you see that there's one parcel was bigger than I had 140 feet, and now I have 70 feet. So,
Great.
yes.
Yeah, I'm just trying, as far as you know, you did the right thing. You went to the building department. It's not as though you
Yeah.
built this garage and then you were like, well, I didn't.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
I mean, I should have got it done. I should have got a survey done. But I'm like, I figure, it fits there. We measured it and everything was good. But things happen. It has happened. And this is 2 years after we built it.
Sure.
So now we're trying to.
Yeah, sometimes people come to the planning board and they're like, yeah, I just kind of built this thing and now I'm
Yeah,
gonna fix
no.
it.
That wasn't it.
You went ahead and you tried to do the right thing.
I did the right thing.
Okay.
And now I'm trying to do the right thing
Right.
with trying to comply with trying to buy a piece of land there.
Okay. And then, 0.2 acres. And here is your certificate of compliance from
Yep.
law enforcement officer.
Yep.
And the same thing. Okay. Any members of the planning board have any comments, questions at this time?
No.
Okay, let's hear from Planner Werner.
Sure. Okay, so for the purpose of this discussion, parcel A is the applicant's property, parcel B is the neighbor's property, just so we're clear. as we
Parcel
go
A
through
is
it.
to the north.
Yep.
Parcel B is
Parcel
to
A
the
is the 6 Parmalee Road, and parcel B is 9 to 11
9
Marta's
11.
Way. Yeah.
Mhm.
So on the procedural side, just a couple notes, comments 1 through 3. It's a minor project.
Mhm.
It does require a public hearing. We did notice that the plat wasn't stamped or signed by the surveyor. That's one issue that should probably be corrected.
Right, you have that here, I see, yeah. Not stamped.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then it appears that there's several variances that need to be addressed, so that's what we'll get into on the next section.
Mhm.
First, though, also just, we didn't notice any location of wells and septic systems, just to make sure that this new lot line situation isn't gonna be causing utilities to be on the wrong property. So just have the surveyor look at that also.
Right.
Yeah, and it's way up top.
Okay.
Because
Yeah.
this property is like downhill.
Right, no, I'm familiar with the
Yeah,
property.
where that,
It just,
yeah.
we have it on
Things
all
that we like
the,
to see on the survey.
yeah,
Yeah,
all
I
the
saw you
surveys need
spoke-
to show that, just because
Yep.
we create the line, and then we find out your neighbor just now has his well on your property.
Oh,
That's
I talked to a neighbor. He said he knows where everything is, so they're gonna come out in.
Okay.
Right, we just need it on actually on the paper, so.
We'll get it done.
So number 5 is about setbacks. So this is where another issue that we noticed. So you have a bulk regulations table that was in the survey. It doesn't have a setbacks section at all. I think it would be helpful to include that, because not only, the garage looks like it's right up close to the road. It doesn't look like it's in compliance with setbacks. And we also want to make sure that with the lot line change, that the setbacks are going to be okay. So have your surveyor add that to the table.
At the notes?
Yeah, there's already a, Chairman, if you want to pull up that plat there. Lower left of it
I think
has a
rotate it first.
table. Yeah. So that table right there in the lower left corner,
Here.
right there,
Okay.
should have a setbacks category in it, and that should be addressed too. What's existing, what's proposed, if you're in compliance or not, for each parcel. Because I think the garage might not meet front and side yard setback requirements. It's pretty close to the road. There is a provision in the code, section 14529A2, where it talks about non-conforming lots and setback requirements, so your surveyor should take a look at that too, in figuring out this, the numbers that go into that table. So you might need a variance for setbacks. It's up in the air right now, but I think it's likely, but there's other issues that we'll discuss, but make sure that that's addressed in the revisions too, having setbacks identified. Minimum lot area. So both of these parcels are non-conforming in terms of minimum lot area. For the RU zone, it's a 2-acre minimum. For parcel A, this won't be worsened since the parcel would gain acreage, but for parcel B, it would decrease from 1.74 to 1.59, which worsens the non-conformity, which requires a variance.
And the
Parcel
variance
B.
from the ZBA, right?
Yes, through the ZBA. Frontage requirements next. Parcel A does not currently meet frontage requirements, which is 300 feet along state or county road, and it's just over 70 feet. This non-conforming condition will not be worsened with the proposed lot line adjustment, since the frontage will increase to 140. So that's not an issue. But for parcel B, which does meet it, currently it meets 300 feet. With the lot line change, B's frontage would decrease to 230 feet, which would be a non-conforming condition where one did not previously exist. So again, that's an issue for the ZBA to address on the lot frontage. For impermeable surfaces, I don't think that's an issue based on the fact that for pre-existing non-conforming lots, your code doesn't require compliance there. So we didn't identify that as anything, but frontage, lot area, and setbacks, it seems like there's some ZBA involvement here. So I think having your surveyor put together the list of variances that they think they're gonna need. We could also refer this to the building inspector for him to confirm what's gonna be needed, because he asked to be involved. So that's our recommendation. Just a couple more things. Number 10, because this is in the aquifer overlay, it's customary to have the note added to the plat that just acknowledges that that it's in the overlay and that there's any new development in the future, it would be subject to section 145-15 of the code. And then comment 11 is just noting that this subdivision plat, which is technically doesn't show all the things that are required in a typical subdivision, like trees and large rock outcroppings and wetlands. But because it's a lot line change and not a subdivision for development, you've waived those things in the past, and you can consider waiving them for this application as well.
Right.
It also needs comment 12, and it'll need the Dutchess County Health Department permission to file. This is the case for all of these.
Mm-hmm.
Seeker, it's a type 2 action. Whether it's the ZBA or the planning board that makes that determination, I think we need to discuss, but it's a type 2 action under seeker based on 617-5C16. So our recommendations were to discuss these comments, trying to get a list of the variances together, and getting the building inspector involved, and also discussing the timing of referrals that are needed for this. Because it also needs a county planning referral, which I think I just went over that. I glossed over that, but yeah, it needs a county planning referral also, because it requires variances. Usually lot line changes that don't require variances don't need it, but in this case, you're along a county road, state or county road.
State road.
State road. It needs variances, so it does trigger 239M review by the county.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Planner Warner. Engineer Berger, anything to?
No.
Okay.
Nope.
All right. Attorney Polidoro?
We have a resolution prepared which would classify the action tonight and then refer it over to Mr. Anderson so he could decide, which of these, if any, need variances and if they need to go to the zoning board.
Right. Okay. But it's too early to do the county referral.
It's a subdivision, so I don't think it needs to go to county.
Thought it did if it had variances.
Because of
Then I think
because of the proximity to the state or county road, and it needs variances. That's why.
Yeah.
But I think the zoning board would send it.
It would probably be the ZBA that does that referral.
Okay.
But either
Yeah.
way, we could send it, but it sounds like he has to figure out first whether
What
he
they are.
needs
Right.
variances.
I thought maybe it was premature to send it along just because there's still updates that need to be made to the plan.
Yeah,
That
so the
too.
way that we laid it out on the resolution,
Mhm.
and I guess we should have included all the updates, but that we request the subdivision plat be revised to include all applicable setbacks for each lot, existing and proposed. I guess we should say setbacks and dimensional requirements.
Yep.
All applicable setbacks and dimensional requirements.
Yeah, existing and proposed.
For each lot, existing and proposed. Okay.
And then we refer it, so we can say that we refer it upon receipt of the updated plat, if you want to make sure that he's looking at the most recent. Therefore be it resolved that upon receipt of the updated subdivision plat, the planning board
upon receipt of the
updated subdivision plat,
subdivision,
planning board directs its
Plat.
secretary to
the planning
refer.
board refers. Okay, so what I've typed now is be it further resolved upon receipt of the updated subdivision plat that the planning board refers this application
Yeah,
to the code enforcement officer and if necessary, the zoning board of appeals for determination of whether one or more variances are required for the project. Okay. All right. Anything further, Attorney Polidoro?
no,
Okay. Members of the planning board, having heard from our consultants, any comments, questions at this time?
No comment here.
I guess one more thing. Is it premature to set a public hearing And then we'll,
I mean, we could set it, but the risk is that we're gonna keep it open month after month, and, because if they do need to go to the zoning board for variances, that'll be like a 2-month process at
Right.
least.
yeah, okay. So it's, okay, we're not gonna set a public hearing then. Cause I mean, we would set it for the first meeting in August and then, you know, it might be like, there's nothing really more to discuss. We'll
Take it
just
until
continue it.
October,
and-
Yeah.
I think he's gonna be away.
Yeah, I'm gonna be going to South America, so I'll be back on the 18th of August.
Okay, so
Yeah.
it's a moot point.
I just wanted to get in here and
Yeah, no,
explain to everyone what's going on.
sure. Okay.
That we are doing things that,
Okay, so, we have this resolution then. Let me just, was there something else from the memo? So where was the part about waiving?
Oh.
Which number was that?
11.
11. Yeah, I don't see that as a, I mean, it's to move a line to try and fix an issue with a garage. It's not like they're looking to do any more building out on the property or anything. They probably can't. So where there's trees or rocks or wetlands, I don't think.
Yeah, and there's nothing like that
Matters,
in this
so-
area of the
Maybe, unless-
property
unless
exchange.
a member of the planning board feels strongly that should be included, then,
No.
okay, so that doesn't need to be included. So, you know, just take this memo to your surveyor and.
okay,
But just, yeah, number 11, we don't,
okay,
we,
we'll waive that off.
yeah, we don't care about number 11. Or rather, we do care. You don't have to do it, so,
Okay.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
for number 11, but the rest of it has to,
Okay.
yeah. Okay, so then, any further discussion? Seeing no further discussion, resolution to classify the action or for the project to the code enforcement officer, to the building inspector / code enforcement officer. Mershon, 6 Parmley Road, lot line adjustment. Let me just save this now so I don't forget. Whereas the applicant, Louis Mershon,
That's his brother.
Yeah, Luis Marchand is my brother.
okay, because I remember the document said Jorge. So-
Yeah, I'm representing my brother.
Okay, just want to make sure we don't go through all this and then got
Well,
the
like I
wrong,
said,
the wrong brother.
I sold my brother
Yeah,
this house,
Okay.
and then this came up, so I don't want to leave him.
No.
that.
Lewis signed,
Want to make it right.
he's the property
Yeah,
owner,
no,
but
it
he
just-
authorized
right.
his brother to
Yes.
appear
yes,
on
yes.
his
yes.
behalf.
I just want to make sure,
I just want to make it right. I don't want
I understand.
having.
I just didn't want to go through all this and then we're like, oh, we wrote down the wrong brother.
No, no.
Okay. Whereas the applicant, Louis Mershon,
Yep.
has submitted an application for approval of a minor subdivision plat to alter the lot lines of 2 existing non-conforming lots to convey approximately 0.2 acres to parcel A, identified as tax lot number 13260-7160-03-253360, from parcel B, identified as tax lot number 13260-17160-03-257346, resulting in approximately 0.49 acre lot, parcel A, and an approximately 1.59 acre lot, parcel B, to legalize an existing structure which was built over the lot line, collectively known as the project. And whereas the project is depicted on a minor subdivision plat entitled Lot Line Realignment of 6 Parmley Road and 9-11 Marta's Way.
Sorry, since she corrected the spelling of line, you can delete sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Thanks.
Marta's Way, prepared by John J. Post, LLS, dated March 15, 2026, known as subdivision plat, and whereas parcels A and B are located within the RU zoning district, which has a minimum lot requirement of 2 acres, minimum road frontage of 250 feet on town roads and 300 feet on county and state roads, and minimum side yard setbacks of 30 feet and within the principal aquifer overlay district, and whereas the project will create new nonconformities, including reducing the size of parcel B to 1.59 acres, reducing road frontage of parcel B to 69.96 feet on a state road, among others, and whereas the table of area and bulk regulations on the subdivision plat does not include does not indicate yard setback requirements or the proposed project's compliance therewith. And whereas no new development is proposed on lots, now they're lots 1 and 2.
Oh, sorry, they should be parcel A and B.
Lots A and B. As part of the project, and whereas in accordance with the State Environmental Quality Review Act, also known as SECRA, the planning board is required to determine the classification of the project, and whereas pursuant to 6 NYC-RR Section 617.53, subsection 16, a lot line adjustment is a type 2 action under SECRA. Now therefore be it resolved that the planning board hereby classifies the project as a type 2 action under SECRA. Be it further resolved that the planning board requests that the subdivision plat be revised to include all applicable setbacks and dimensional requirements for each lot, existing and proposed. Be it further resolved, upon receipt of the updated subdivision plat, that the planning board refers the application to the code enforcement officer, to the building inspector / code enforcement officer, and if necessary, the zoning board of appeals for determination of whether one or more variances are required for the project as described in the application materials provided by the applicant. This resolution is being offered by
So moved.
Member Palmer, second by
Member Williams.
Member Williams. Discussion. Okay. Seeing no discussion, resolution to classify the action or refer the project to the building inspector / code enforcement officer. Secretary, for Mershon, 6 Parmalee Road, lot line adjustment. Secretary, please call the roll.
Member Williams?
Aye.
Member Valano?
Aye.
Member Palmer?
Aye.
Member LaRobertier?
Aye.
Member Cortine?
Aye. Resolution passes 5-0 with 1 absence. Okay. Let me just make sure that I've saved it again. Good. Okay, so then we're really expecting to possibly see you back in either later August or
Yep.
September,
Mm-hmm.
or maybe later, just because the building inspector says it has to go to the ZBA, and that takes some time, and then, okay.
So,
All right.
we're
Thank
set.
you.
All right.
Safe
Thank you.
travels.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey.
Let's see. Okay, next request for extension, Dover Estates subdivision. And, okay,
Good evening.
good evening. How are you this evening?
Okay, and you?
I'm doing great. Which one of these is this top one? Dover Estates, or, well, I guess we'll figure it out. Gotta do both.
They're both related.
Dover Estates subdivision is this one.
Okay, we'll start with that one.
We'll start with that one. All right. Mr. Rusciano, you're back for an extension.
Yes, sir.
Discussion.
I mean, so we had asked Mr. Berger, this project has been going on a long time, whether the performance guarantee that has to be in effect has been up, is it still adequate given the increase in costs?
Right, inflation and everything.
For this time, it's fine.
Okay.
Next time, we'll probably have to look at it again, but.
If there is a next time,
Yeah, we might start it.
you might.
It's possible. It's very
Remember,
feasible.
it's-
Anything's possible.
The
The
bond's
U.S.
not
might
for
win
the
tonight. Who
it's not-
knows?
The bond's not for construction of the site, it's for the erosion control.
Right.
Keep that in mind, so.
Okay.
Erosion control has been pretty stable,
Mhm.
has not increased that much.
Right.
And we did increase it the last 2 times ago.
We increased it 2 times ago.
I mean,